talk about this real quick. Fortnite versus PUBG, which one's better? This has been a debate for about a year now. Ever since Fortnite really came out, really, people have been accusing Fortnite of being a PUBG ripoff and PUBG being a Fortnite ripoff. Although I don't know how they rip off, but trust me, these 8-year-olds have their ways. They have them. So we're going to be discussing both games and, in my opinion, and statistically, which one's better. Although, to be honest, it's going to be a lot more of my opinion than statistics, because screw statistics. Y'all are watching my channel, so y'all are looking at my opinion right now. So, first, what I personally think about these games. PUBG, I've been playing PUBG Mobile since it was in beta in March, when it was in beta. When it was in beta on the App Store. Like, I was the one who pre-ordered it. And also, shout out to my man Carlos. Y'all don't know who he is, but this is actually the kid who actually told me that PUBG was actually a good game, although I didn't know that PUBG was on PC or console, because back then it was like pretty much solid mobile, although now I do console a lot more, although I just don't know how to make gameplay for that. Although sooner or later y'all are gonna find some console gameplay. But anyway, so I downloaded it on mobile, not knowing, and I just happened to pre-order it when it was in beta. And then I didn't even know, and I just started playing PUBG, and I was like, this game's really good. And I've been playing ever since. Now, Fortnite, on the other hand, is kind of a game that I only started with. The only reason I played Fortnite, I didn't even think Fortnite was a cool game. I thought it was like the stupidest, dumbest piece of garbage game, piece of shit game you could find. I mean, it looked stupid, too cartoonish. You had to build. I mean, who even wants to build? I mean, geez, like, if the game was, like, all you do is build battle and, like, hide, camp in these little 1x1s in top 10. In PUBG, you actually, like, hide behind trees and use your natural cover. I mean, like, jeez. Fortnite's just not as good as my opinion, but we're gonna say why. So anyway, mostly, like, I knew what Fortnite was, I just didn't want to play it, although after a while, like, at my school, like, people just told me, you gotta play this, it's Fortnite. And I was like, oh god, fine, you want me to play this trash game? Fine. And then I started playing, and then I realized that, heck, it isn't half bad. Although, that was only because I was pretty much forced to. Like, I was forced to like it because, I mean, you know, like how your friends hype up games and then you kind of just forced to do it, sorta? It's kind of how I felt. So I basically had to kind of say I loved it, although in reality, I was always that PUBGer. I wasn't really a Fortniter too much. And mostly I sucked at Fortnite. Then, although I'm pretty good at it, I'm okay at it now. Not the best, but I'd still enjoy PUBG a lot more. Like, it's just like, I've just spent more time at PUBG, enjoyed it more, never really had any true enjoyment with Fortnite. So anyway, here's the statistics. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds versus Fortnite Battle Royale. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, made in 2017, is a realistic third and first person shooter game that is a 100-player battle royale. Fortnite Battle Royale, a cartoonish 2017 made battle royale game. Like, come on, like, literally, they're the exact same two things. But here's kind of what makes Fortnite different than PUBG, and PUBG different than Fortnite. PUBG is realistic. Fortnite isn't realistic. It's very cartoonish. So here's so I'm gonna tell y'all like the stats and which one's better. So PUBG. One of the reasons why PUBG and Fortnite's more popular than PUBG as of now is because it lags a lot. Like y'all can see in my gameplay that I'm doing a voiceover on. Y'all can see I'm lagging a good bit every now and then. I mean, it's nothing too much that'll really that'll kill your game, but like let's say you're in top 2 and you're about to get like this final kill, and then up network lag, and then some dude snipes you in the back of the head with like a quick scope from his tree, which is like right in front of you. I mean, it's aggravating. So that's what, and also PUBG is not a free to play game, although it's more popular than standard AAA games that cost $60. This was only $30. So I think free to play games are actually starting to take over a little bit. And oh yeah, I'm just looking at this gameplay real quick. Okay, anyway, that's not the point. So what's going on is that free to play games are pretty much taking over, so that Fortnite's got that going for it, and also Fortnite's Fortnite's more childish. I mean, to y'all it doesn't make any sense, but when I think of video games, I usually think of little kids on their Xbox playing it, calling you the N-word in Xbox Live like 10 times if you don't revive them in PUBG or Fortnite. And to be honest, there's more kids that play video games than there are adults, and they just kind of just play for fun. They aren't really like the esports aspect, which is pretty much PUBG. If you're like a competitive player, play PUBG. If you're like one of those dudes who really just don't give a crap if you lose or not, because Fortnite is basically like. And another thing with PUBG is that it's skill based. Fortnite is not skill based whatsoever. Because I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this, but there's this thing, there's like this number generator, and this number generator, whenever you shoot at somebody, it generates there's these numbers based. It's hard to explain, but the general idea is that if you shoot at somebody with your AR, there's a number generator generating if you hit them or not. And like you could be aiming for a straight headshot, you could shoot somebody and the bullet will go straight through them. It won't even register as a hit. But in PUBG, if you shoot at anybody as a straight headshot down your sights, then boom, elimination. Boom, you got a kill. And also, one thing that's just like, this all comes down to preference, but FPS or TPS, I prefer FPS. I don't know about y'all guys, but I prefer FPS over third-person shooters, and I kind of prefer the realistic aspect. So, my opinion, PUBG's better. I mean, come on, if you leave a game that you've been playing since it was in beta, then that's just pretty sad. I'm not leaving it for Fortnite, and Fortnite, I thought it was always done from the beginning. And to be honest, it's actually kind of a ripoff. I mean, they say Fortnite isn't a ripoff of PUBG, but there's literally like a million ways for it to be a ripoff. Like, for one, it's both a battle royale. The only difference is it's free to play and it's more cartoonish, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. Like, these tiny little details, like you drop out of a bus and more cartoonish, and like you build and all that. So generally, it's pretty much like a PUBG ripoff that they kind of just ripped off PUBG and Fortnite. They kind of ripped off like Minecraft and Fortnite. The combination of Minecraft and PUBG, you get Fortnite. Although Minecraft, I don't know, I never really played Minecraft. I only played it like once on mobile, and that was when it was like free to play, although I know there was a time where it wasn't. And another thing that might actually make PUBG more popular, it died mostly because of its lags. And very recently, there was this website that was made that literally fixed all like bugs and all that. They're fixing the bugs, which could actually contribute to its popularity. And this could actually kind of come back and replace Fortnite, because Battlefield 5 pre-order has gone down to 85% worse than it usually is. Well, it's dropping by 85%. So that's not too good for Battlefield. Yeah, y'all are screwed. EA DICE. Black Ops is doing pretty good, so I don't know. This could actually possibly take back its spot as best, because PUBG has a lot of potential. You can't lie. PUBG has lots of potential. See, I'll see y'all in the next video, y'all.